back in the 70s, and she won it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
She was so fun.
I'm not that good. I'm not that good. I was able to compete with my fellow 13-year-olds, but I think anything after that, I'm out.
Dear, yeah. She won it. She could name a song in just 3 notes. It was just ridiculous. I was like, oh, forget this.
That's impressive.
Bonnie Niven. I don't know how that name just popped into my head, but Bonnie Niven was her name. She was great.
Oh, that's fun.
JT, it's great to see you. Look at the beard, it's getting nice there. You look nice, well trimmed today.
This is my fuzzy period. I swore I would shave it off when we were allowed to return to Yangon. That's a longer wait than anticipated.
That's nice. Welcome back safely.
Thank you very much.
Hey, JT, would you mind offering our Pledge of Allegiance today?
Sure, be glad to.
Wonderful, thank you.
Hey, President Don, how are you?
Great, thanks. How are you guys doing?
Good to see you.
I think Dawn is competing with Jose for the best COVID hair. I love it.
Actually, I got a haircut.
It looks good.
For the haircut.
It looks great.
Yeah, that Breck
Well,
volume.
as women say, if you got it, flaunt it.
Yes.
He's working his silver fox status.
Don, you're looking gorgeous.
Silver Fox status. Thank you, Cherise. That's perfect.
Hey, Don, did you know Dan Willens? I know you know Ann,
course.
but okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
He was on the board of the Palos Verdes Arts Center with me.
Yeah. No, I knew you knew Ann, but I wasn't sure if you knew him. I don't know if you know this. My wife and his son are like almost best friends.
Alex?
And so, yeah. And, obviously she knows Matt too, but not a great couple of years for those two boys.
Well, it was so tragic when Ann fell in a parking lot.
Yeah.
Seriously injured her brain. But then
Yeah.
she fought back and came back.
Yeah.
What's your analysis of Alex?
I think he's a great guy. I think he's extraordinarily bright.
Good, okay.
Very friendly.
How's he doing trying to pick up for his dad's business?
From what I can tell, he's doing okay under the circumstances. I mean, obviously it's a lot of weight, and it was a big, it's a surprise, right? I mean, it was out of left field. Yeah. And so, under those circumstances, I think he's doing very, very well. And I know that with time, he'll get even better. He certainly has the capacity. And so to me, as long as he's able to, lean on the support of his wife and his brother, I think it'll be good.
Because an issue came up as to whether we should invite him to come on the board and take his dad's place.
Oh.
In the Palos Verdes Arts Center. What's your analysis on that?
I don't know. I don't know him as well as my wife does.
But I have never met him personally.
Oh, you haven't?
I met him at the funeral, but I
Yeah. He'd be more than capable. I don't know what his level of interest is compared, obviously, with his parents.
He's interested.
Oh, then, yeah, he's a slam dunk. The guy's an attorney. He's extremely bright, extraordinarily capable.
Yeah, I just got some very good information. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
With all these people watching.
And I'm being recorded, Don.
I've always said about Rotary, one of the great things about it is if you have a question on a particular specialty, if you find the person in the club that has that specialty, they'll tell you the inside answer to your question.
Yeah.
And not give you the business pitch, but they'll give you the insider's knowledge of what the answer should be and what it should cost.
Yeah.
I always felt that was extremely valuable to me, and I've tried to be valuable back when people had questions to me.
Yeah, and
If anyone needs to know the ins and outs of restaurant accounting, just let me know. I'm here for you.
How does FASB 5 apply to restaurant accounting in COVID?
Okay, come on, everyone. Everyone's got to be ready right now to headbang.
PASB 5 defines whether you can take a loss or not.
Ah.
It's probable or possible.
No one's joining me. I look like an idiot. Okay, I'm stopping.
No, I'm here.
You're leading the pack. That's
I'm a
all.
little dizzy.
I can tell you how to calculate food cost, Don. Hello, Diane Netzel.
I'm sure you're big on lost carryovers.
Hey, there's
Hi, Carmen.
Carmen's all dolled up.
Wow, look at you, Carmen. You're on mute.
Can't hear
Morning,
you.
Carmen. Morning, Diane.
Carmen's my neighbor. I can practically see her
Yeah, we are
house.
neighbors, Don. Yes. Hi, Don.
We're all neighbors.
That's it.
I may not be behind the gates, but I'm kind of close.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Happy birthday, Jeremy.
Hey, welcome, Brenda.
Thank you very much.
Jeremy's on fire. But yeah.
Yes, this is good.
Dr.
Sean
Langfit, good to see you.
John.
Jim Simon's in the house. Thank you, Jim.
John, it's been a while. Don Crocker here.
That was gorgeous, Jeremy. Absolutely, positively
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Thank you very
Wonderful.
much. We know better not to try to sing along with the latency, but I know we were all hearing it in our heads. Well done.
Rick was trying to get it started.
Okay, so now here's the question. Can you play bicycle? I'm just kidding.
You know what I am going to do? I have an extra minute. We're going to start the celebration song, Adam, and as soon as you feel like it, you can introduce our president.
I will do it at precisely 11:30.
Good to see you, Tereku. And Paul, and Vinod. Great to see you.
Are you?
Hey, Charlene. Hey, Paul.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Matt.
Deb, welcome to us today. That's
Hey.
President Eric. Welcome.
Hey, everybody.
Hola.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Los Angeles Rotary Club, where we have our amazing president, Mr. Matthew Ball. Matt, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you. Jeremy Weinglass, welcome Rotarians. Jeremy, way to set the tone with this awesome throwback sounds on the piano. You are awesome. It's such a privilege. I don't think people realize just how significant it is to have you until they come to our meeting and they're like, hey, we don't have this in our club. This is ridiculous. We got to get this guy. So we bring to you Jeremy Weinglass, and I bring to you my wife's wooden spoon that makes our jams that we give to our speakers each week. This is a way we start off our Rotary meeting by ringing the bell with her spoon. And at the same time, actually, this is quite a special meeting today. But today's presentation is unique because it's the time that we take to recognize and thank you to all of our LA5 donors, those who dedicate their financial resources to our club's foundation or operations. And they do so through some of our club platforms, which we'll recognize today as Paul Harris Fellows, 365 donors, and Rotarian International donors as well. This is the 37th meeting of the 112th year of the Rotary's fifth oldest club in the world, LA5. Thank you so much for being a part of this. With so many to recognize today and so much good news to share, please remember that this meeting today is a 90-minute presentation, so we hope you'll plan to stay with us for the duration. It's worth your time. A lot of work has gone into this, a lot of tremendous volunteer time and preparation. Thank you, in particular to Melinda, my right hand, that makes this all happen. It's a sincere honor to be president of LA5 and to be part of such a formidable fellowship of donors. It's also important to note that in addition to the financial contributions today, as I mentioned, from amidst all of our members, we have countless hours of volunteer time and sponsored resources that are being given to us by those who bring you these weekly and annual programs. Obviously, Melinda's one of those, but we have so many. And one of those excellent Rotarian sponsors and technical masters that you've heard from today already, Mr. Voice, Mr. Adam Weiss of Great Matter. Thank you, Adam, for your regular sponsorship. It means a great deal to all of us. You really make this happen for us. In addition, we'd like to give a special recognition and goes out to our program sponsor today, Dr. Carmen Shea, looking so lovely today. Thank you, Carmen. She stepped up to help to make this event even more memorable than it already is. So it's no coincidence that she is surrounded by the stalwart Foundation divisional leaders, Kathleen Kavanaugh and John Spokes. Thank you very much to our Rotarians to make this all happen and make it so we can recognize today. Just know that everybody that's recognized usually passes through the hands of John and Kathleen, if not Carmen, but a true thank you goes out to all of them. They really do make this happen. So to begin our meeting today, we'd like to have a brief inspirational thought offered by Vinod Buchawan, after which we'll have a Pledge of Allegiance by JT Waring. So Vinod, the mic is yours, and we turn the time over to you.
Sounds good. Good morning, everyone. This comes from Mother Teresa's ashram in Calcutta. People are often unreasonable and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some friends and false enemies. For some friends and true enemies succeed anyways. If you are honest and frank, people may cheat you. Be honest and frank anyway. If you spend years building something, someone could destroy it overnight. Build anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, they may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may be not enough. Give the world best you have got anyway. You see, in the final analysis, it is between you and your God. It was never between you and them anyways.
Vinod, thank you very much. I think it's a favorite of all of ours. Very special. JT, we turn the mic over to you. Please take some time to lead us in the pledge. We know we have to turn off our mics because we can't follow along audibly, but we turn the time over to you for our Pledge of Allegiance. Please, JT.
Well, all right, thank you, Mr. President. You can still speak audibly even if you're not being recorded. Please place your right hand over your heart and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Vinod and JT, wonderful to have you with us today and participating with us. We would like to turn the time over now to our foundation leaders, John Spokes and Kathleen Kavanaugh, as they will introduce our program today and our participants. So John and Kathleen, the microphone is yours.
Oh, thank you, President Matt, and thank you, all Rotarians, for being here today. This is a very special day, an opportunity to really be grateful and thank all those people who gave. And it's been an interesting year in the philanthropy world, and I do want you to know that while we've been bracing for pandemics and all kinds of economic changes, the really encouraging news is that philanthropists continue to be philanthropists, and Rotarians continue to be a very generous part of that. And we're just really grateful to everybody for the work that you're doing, both as service in Rotary, but also those people that make financial contributions. Today, we're going to be talking about two different places that money is going. The first being Rotary International Foundation. And so we'll have a chance to hear about that program and those people that are supporting the work of Rotary International. And then the other is our own LA5 Foundation and the work that we're doing closer to home. It would not be possible for us to do the work that we do with the foundation committee without our great members. My illustrious co-chair, Kathleen Kavanaugh, but also Don Crocker, Paul Jacques, Bob Aldrich, Carmen Stradache, Josh Mandel and Gina Doyle with their help with the scholarship program, Denise Anthony, Marjorie Heller, and Jared Smith. So I'd like to be a big thank you to all of them. And now I would like to turn the program over to Charisse, Past President Charisse.
Thank you so much. Give me just a moment here to pull up my notes. Okay, so I'm really excited to share a little bit of information about Rotary International. I know that I won't do this the justice that our past president and past chair of the Rotary Foundation, Paul Netzel, would give it, but I'll give you some highlights and also just really encourage all Rotarians to find some time to connect with Paul and learn about truly the ins and outs. But the Rotary Foundation transforms your gifts into service projects that can change lives both close to home and around the world. Since it was founded more than 100 years ago, the foundation has spent more than $4 billion, that's with a B, dollars on life-changing sustainable projects. The mission, as it states, of the Rotary Foundation of Rotary International is to enable Rotarians to advance world understanding, goodwill, and peace throughout the improvement of health, the support of education, and alleviation of poverty. The Rotary Foundation is organized as a public charity operated exclusively for charitable purposes and governed by a board of trustees. And as I said before, our very own past president, Paul Netzel, served on that board of trustees and was the chair the same year that I had the pleasure of serving as club president. The operations of Rotary International is the member organization, and that's overseen by the board of directors. So the board of trustees oversees the Rotary Foundation, whereas for Rotary International, it's the Rotary International board of directors. All humanitarian projects, scholars, and vocational training teams funded by global grants through the Rotary Foundation work towards specific goals in one or more of the foundation's areas of focus, which include peace building and conflict prevention, disease prevention and treatment, water, sanitation and hygiene, maternal and child health, basic education and literacy, community economic development, and the newest focus, supporting the environment. Paul Harris Fellow recognition acknowledges individuals who contribute or who have contributions made in their name of $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation. Rotary established the recognition in 1957 to encourage and show appreciation for substantial contributions to what was then the foundation's only program, Rotary Foundation Fellowships for Advanced Study, the precursor to ambassadorial scholarships. So without any further ado, it is my pleasure to turn it over to our very own Carmen Shea for recognition of our club's Paul Harris Fellows.
Well, good afternoon, and I am Dr. Carmen Shea. For those of you that do not know me, I've been a member of Rotary for about 20 years, and I'm very, very, very happy and very proud to be a member of this club. As Charisse had pointed out, the presentation of the Paul Harris Fellow recognition is the Rotary Foundation's way of expressing its appreciation for substantial contributions to its humanitarian and educational programs. It's named for Rotary's founder and Chicago lawyer who started the Paul Harris Society in 1902. In order to become the Paul Harris Fellow, one gives a gift of $1,000 and the Rotary Foundation's educational and humanitarian programs. In becoming a Paul Harris Fellow, you join a remarkable company of persons throughout the world. They are recognized for their devotion to the ideal of goodwill, peace, understanding, a goal of Rotarians world over. It gives me great pleasure to present to you the emblem of appreciation given to the Paul Harris Fellow, the pin, the Paul Harris pin. And it is something that you wear with pride. And this year, we have over 30 Paul Harris Fellows. And I have to say that we have recruited a lot of people and inspired a lot of people to give again and again. And so with that, I will name and a symbolic pinning of the Paul Harris Fellows. Our first is Michael Flood. And they are in different categories because every year that you are a Paul Harris, you gain an additional jewel on your pin. So Michael has just been inducted into the Paul Harris Society. This is his first year. The next ones are recognized with the Paul Harris pin and 1 sapphire, and that is Grace
Sorry,
Farrell.
Carmen. Really quickly, we have Dave Tomlin as well. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Dave Tomlin in what?
Yep. For Paul Harris Fellow, just under Michael Flood. Apologies.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, a last minute addition, Dave Tomlin for Paul Harris Fellow also. Okay, Paul Harris Fellow plus 1 sapphire, Grace Farrell, John Spokes, Maureen Tepedino, Taruko Weinberg, Margaret Barron, Paul Ekstrom, Stacy Harris, Vic Marovich. Paul Harris Fellows plus 2, Herb McGurk, Melinda Monterosa, Mike Ross, Rick Gibson, Ben Harati, Paul Jacks, and Kathleen Kavanaugh. Paul Harris Fellows plus 3 sapphires, Denise Anthony, John Green, Chris Lewis, and Brenda Vival with a Paul Harris Fellow in honor of her husband, Mr. Paul Vival. The Paul Harris Fellows plus 5 sapphires, Eric Weiss and Sharice Lara. Paul Harris Fellows plus 6 and 2 rubies, Dr. Carmen Estrada Shea with a Paul Harris Fellow for her husband, Dr. Gordon Shea. Paul Harris Fellows plus 7, recognized with 2 rubies, Don Crocker. And Paul Harris 8, recognized with a pin and 3 rubies, Mark Higgins, Michael Henkel, Marjorie Heller, Diane Netzel, Paul Netzel, and JT Waring. And with that, we congratulate you. We thank you for your commitment to the programs of the Rotary Foundation. As Paul Harris said, he who tries to find the good in others will be rewarded. Please join me in recognizing our LA5 2021 Paul Harris Fellows. And we'll have an applause here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Carmen. You know, it's been really fun working on this with you, and your attention to the details around all the foundation dinner and everything like that. It was so great. So thank you for that, and thank you to all the Paul Harris Fellows. I have the honor of being able to acknowledge those members who are major donors to Rotary International. These are individuals who have contributed in excess of $10,000 to Rotary International Foundation. There's going to be a list that will be presented to you so that you'll see the full list, but I do want to call out those current members that are with us and have made extraordinary gifts. The first is Michael Henkel, also a foundation fellow, but a major donor 1. And so want to just a big thank you to him. Marjorie Heller, who you all know, and particularly for her work with Angel City and also at the district level on a number of important committees there. also a major donor at level 1. Mark and Pearl Lika, current members, past president, foundation fellow, and also major donor level 1. JT, what would we do without JT? Thank you so much for founding our Myanmar project, but also for your continuing support of Rotary International Foundation, also a major donor level 1. Our own Paul St. John and District Governor, past District Governor Melody, at the major donor 2 level, and also foundation fellows. Thank you. Kathy and Gary Turner, past president, both past presidents of our club, foundation fellows, and major donor level 2. Thank you so much for your support. David Meshlam, past president Dave, thank you so much. Our first acknowledgement at the bequest level, thank you so much. I'm glad that you have thought of Rotary International in your planning, and very much appreciate that. And then Melinda, our very own Melinda Monterosa at the bequest level 6, which is the highest level of that program. I've saved for me the best for last because I was welcomed into the Rotary Club of Los Angeles by Diane Netzel, and have had the great pleasure of working for the company that Paul and Diane founded. Really want to acknowledge the extraordinary giving of this couple. I have to say, it did not surprise me this year with everything that's happening with the club, that Paul rolled up his sleeves and got involved with the DEI work, and getting our club pulled together around the table. The Netzels are members of the Arch Clump Society. This is the largest gift level of our club at the Rotary International, and they have cumulatively supported at a level greater than $500,000. And this example of their philanthropy and their support of what we're doing internationally at Rotary is just really extraordinary. And you know, we also know that Paul served as chair of the Rotary Foundation in 1718, district governor in 97, 98, and past president of our club. So this is an extraordinary couple. I'm grateful to have to know them, to celebrate them today. And I want you to all please join me in a big hurrah to the Netzels and all of those that are making major gift level contributions to Rotary International. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to turn it over to Charisse again.
Thank you so much, John, and thank you to everyone for their contributions. A couple of quick points of clarification. You do receive a new stone for each $1,000 that is donated to Rotary International towards another Paul Harris. So each of the sapphire stones represents the $1,000 that you have donated in addition to your initial. And so they do act in accumulation on top of each other. And then once you acquire enough sapphire stones, that's when it switches over to ruby. So that's where everyone should be working towards, is getting those ruby stones. And I know we have many of our club members who have those. The recognition today was of those who have achieved these levels in this Rotary year. So if you are definitely interested in increasing your gain of donations to the Rotary Foundation, that's what I'm also here to tell you about. But I did also want to make a special mention and recognition of Paul Netzel as the chair of our community conversation, and just with all of the dollars that he and Diane have supported Rotary International with. They were extremely generous in recognizing the committee that brought together our community conversation by gifting them all in our names a Paul Harris Fellow. So that did include Tiffany Rollins, Charlene Demas Pinedo, Walker Rayleigh, Alan Bernstein, and Lauren Schlau. So a very special honor to have received a Paul Harris by the Netzels. And we just appreciate them so much for their generosity and continued support. So on that note, why give? The Rotary Foundation is a 4-star charity, which is Charity Navigator's highest rating, and 92% of the funds donated to the Rotary Foundation are spent on the actual awards and the operations. So it's not going for overhead, it's not going for admin. 92% goes directly to the projects. And there is a global reach. Our 1.2 million members span the globe, uniting people who have a common desire to serve others. From teaching children to read in Ecuador to a microcredit program in Indonesia, Rotary members identify local problems and use Rotary's vast network and the resources of the Rotary Foundation to take action in their very own communities. So there are various ways you can give. You can make your contribution directly through rotary.org. There's information even concerning gifts of stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. There's a reoccurring gift that you can give through Rotary Direct. There's also memorial and tribute gifts. There are tools on there for also doing employee matching gifts if you want to talk to your employers. There's even a Rotary credit card where you can continue to spend money wherever you normally do, and a certain percentage of your spending will go back to the Rotary Foundation. And then there's also a program called Raise for Rotary, where you can do fundraising programs out in the community to raise money, as well as a Facebook fundraiser. It's very easy. If you've ever checked out the Facebook fundraising, you can select now the Rotary Foundation as the recipient for those fundraising efforts. So those are some ways to give to the Rotary Foundation. If you have questions, please don't ever hesitate to also ask any of us on the board and leadership, and we'll make sure to help you spend your money.
Thank you very much, Charisse. We are now going to talk a little bit more about going from the global perspective and all that we give out there for Rotary International back to our own LA5 Foundation and the important gifts that we have been made, that have made us, allowed us to do the good work that we're doing right here locally. But before we get into that LA Foundation work and recognitions, we want to share a little quick video with you and a reminder of all the good work that our foundation allows us to do. So this is
for the
actually
better.
dated, but go ahead, Melinda.
Rotary cares. Rotary cares about this community, and it has for over a century.
But this Angel Christmas celebration has gone from a food giveaway to a resource center.
We probably have over 20 organizations that are volunteering their time to have booths here, starting with the LA County Health Department, Charles Drew Medical, UCLA, THE Clinic, Children's Hospital, AT&T, a place called Home, Mother's Nutrition Center, St. Francis Medical, and the list just goes on. And we want to thank every single one of them and their organizations and all the volunteers who got up very early to be here to be a part of this great program.
My recommendation to all my fellow Rotarians is to get involved with Angel City. It is such a great event. You can see where your Rotary energy goes. You can see where your dollars go. You can see where your volunteer time goes. It is a wonderful event, and there's no better way to celebrate the holidays.
Rotary is so pleased to be able to be a part of a very special experience for these children for this holiday season. Thank you.
Well, not to embarrass Mr. Rick Gibson, our past president, but Rick, you are looking trim today. It looks like you might have lost a few kilos from that last video there. Obviously, that video was a little bit dated, but not enough to where we have been so far away from Angel City Christmas. Thank you very much for everything that goes into that. So let us start with community grants. All right, we often hear and we often encourage everybody to give to our 365 program. This is emblematic of the fact that just $1 a day from each of our members makes a difference. So the total 365 days of the year is the fund for our community grant. And that community grant fund allows us to fund our local projects in each given year. And this year, as each president gets to help decide and direct on the privilege of choosing the focus of our community grants, I've been privileged to help direct our board and us to be able to contribute to the Urban League, and we were able to donate $50,000 to the Urban League. And with Alan Bernstein and Kathleen Kavanaugh over that Urban League, you know, we've had such a success in learning more about them. Alan, I know this is not planned, but because you and I and others have attended their classroom and actually seen and participated in this conversation, I'd like to share the mic with you for a moment, Alan, and talk about what your experience has seen and what you've seen with the Urban League and our donation and how it's going there so far. Would you mind sharing a moment here with us?
Sure. The Urban League has training programs primarily in the theatrical arts. And we were able to sit in on the training class, and we met several of the students, and we just listened to their stories, and then we shared our stories. And they wanted mentors. They were looking for people to help them really with life skills, as you've already heard. Of course, Dr. Helen Williams took over the meeting, and they just all lighted up. They all wanted Dr. Helen Williams because she's so fantastic. But they just want somebody to help them move along in life as they go through this training and they get involved in industry. It was just a terrific thing. So Matt, we're so thankful. We're still looking forward to the setting up the mentor relationships, but that's where we are. It's a great program you introduced us to.
Well, and what's really interesting about this also is these students in this vocational scholarship program that we've really assigned this donation to are vetted individuals, and many of them are kids that have now aged out of the orphanage program or wherever they were in that orphanage setting, or making it so that they could not participate, you know, after they aged out of that program at 18 years of age. They were really vetted and looking for the right thing to do. An Urban League spent a lot of time finding some significant people in that space as well. So they've got a huge student body there that's quite formidable. And these kids are rather amazing, and the work that they're doing is rather amazing. So we want to be able to move on and thank the members who have contributed directly to our community grants this year and that fund that's made this possible. So I'd like to name them and shout them out personally if we could. First off, Past President Bob Aldrich. Thank you very much, Bob. Past President Todd Johnson, Vien Lee, President me, Matt Ball, Past President Don Crocker, Past President Alan Bernstein, Melinda Monterosa, Tim Brown, Diane Netzel, Past President Paul Netzel, our own CJ Campbell. Thank you. Past President Ken Chong, Past President Rick Gibson, John Spokes, Past President Jose Vera, Marjorie Heller, Mark Higgins, Azim Vishani, and Gary Jimenez, and Adam Weiss. Past President Rick, we'll be talking a little bit more about the foundation in just a moment, but before he does that, I want to show you another quick video of our Community Grants Fund at work from the last year. So Community Grants video, please, Melinda.
Completing school goes down, the likelihood of them getting arrested goes up.
It's terrible that more than half of the foster youth in this city will wind up homeless or incarcerated.
These are kids that are looking for a home, that are looking for a family around them. Kids need homes.
Nobody wanted me. I was just, felt like my life was already over.
I had nightmares every single day at my birth mom's house. It was just really scary for me living there.
My biggest fear was that I was gonna age out and not know how to be sufficient on my own.
At a certain age, like, they don't want you, you're troubled and stuff. But like inside, I knew like I'm not a troubled kid. I know what I'm meant for, like why I'm here.
I was scared, I was lost, and I felt hopeless. Even if I wanted to be adopted, who would adopt a 17-year-old?
He deserves to feel happy, to feel loved, and I just wish I had gotten him sooner.
Every year, our club has a community service grant, and that's where we raise money from our members to give back to local nonprofits that are doing good in our community.
So it was important to me this year as president that we use our resources to support the children who are in the foster care system in LA County. We want to focus on those organizations that are effective finding permanent homes for children, because that's the goal. 5 groups stood out to us. We partnered with the Dave Thomas Foundation, with CASA, with Step Forward. We partnered with the Alliance for Children's Rights, and then ultimately the Edelman Children's Court, the very place where we started years ago as a club in our effort to support foster kids. We've seen these groups in action, so it was very easy for us to make a decision to partner with them as we try to make sure that children get connected to permanent homes.
Hi, I'm Jen Braun, President and CEO of the Alliance for Children's Rights. We are very grateful to the Rotary Club of Los Angeles.
Hi everyone, I'm Megan Maddock. I'm the Chief Program Officer at CASA of Los Angeles. Your support is helping our volunteers bring those young people closer to success.
It's not just important for them, but it's important for our community that we help these kids get a good start, and there's really no better way than to make sure they get some kind of family around them.
Nobody I know, especially Rotarians, want to see kids on the street or without a home.
I am really proud of our club and our foundation for getting behind foster youth and helping these kids find their forever families.
I'm thrilled that we as a club are able to support all of the nonprofits that each have their own focus on foster youth.
At the end of the day, this is not about a project. This is not about funding. This is not about money. This is about children thriving. And when they do, we all benefit from that.
Past President Rick, please take the mic.
Thank you very much. I'm pleased today to take a few moments to talk about the LA5 Foundation, focusing specifically on the Foundation Fellows. In a moment, you will see the names of those who are counted among the members of this auspicious group. First, allow me to share some of the requirements about being a member of this fellowship. Foundation Fellows are made up of men and women who have given or committed to contribute a minimum of $5,000 to the LA5 Foundation. Many have given much, much more. Some have given the minimum sum all at once, and others, like Agnes and myself, we've committed to give $1,000 a year for 5 years. Each of these people have been moved by the Foundation's effort to empower young people through education, as the bulk of the Foundation's work goes to provide scholarships to promising young local high school students, and scholarships that enable them to attend some of the most prestigious universities in the world. The members of this fellowship believe that one of the best ways to improve our community is through education and service. You may recall one of our recent speakers, Katya Pronichenko. She provided one of the best examples I can think of that any sacrifice made through giving is indeed working. In addition, these donors have given to support advocacy efforts on behalf of foster children and their forever families. In short, they have invested in our community's young people. I am grateful and honored to be counted among them. We encourage each of you to consider making a gift or a commitment to the Foundation Fellow Program by notifying this year's chair, Foundation Chair Dave Tomlin, or visiting our website at rotaryla5.org. Now, I'd like to call attention to and recognize specifically a couple of new Foundation Fellows. Just a few years ago, we lost a dear friend, Amir Vishani, a beloved member of our club for many years. I know many of you knew and loved Amir. I recall during past President Jay's Richardson's President's Ball, I invited Amir and his wife, Zara, to join me and Agnes at our table. We talked about family, business, the community, our club. If you knew Amir at all, you know that to hear him, you had to lean in to hear him. And you had to listen closely. If he had a loud voice, I never ever heard him use it. His quiet voice masked the strength of his lion's heart and his thoughtfulness. His thoughts about faith, diversity in our community were deep and meaningful to me. We talked and enjoyed the conversation until the program shifted at Jay's inaugural or President's Ball. And Alan Bernstein, as I recall, Kathy Turner, and yes, Ken Chong took the microphone and they broke into song to honor Jay. Well, the conversation was over. There was no hearing Amir after that. But it was impossible to hear what he had to say, so we found other times that we could visit in future meetings. So forgive me, Jay, if you're on the call. As memorable as it was to hear Kathy Allen and Ken sing, I can't really remember much about that song, but I recall my conversation with Amir fully. As a tribute to his father, Azim Vishani, our LA5 friend and member and son of Amir, honored Amir posthumously as an LA5 Foundation Fellow. I am grateful that both Azim and Amir are seated today at the table of Foundation Fellowship. Thank you, Azim and Amir.
President Rick, may I say something?
Yes.
To Amir Vashani and to Azim, as you know, I was honored to be able to give the eulogy at Amir's memorial service. He was a very, very good friend, and I am so grateful and honored to Azim to honor his memory by being a Foundation Fellow. Thank you for letting me pay tribute to him.
Of course. Thank you. Heather Shoemaker. I think Heather is on the call today. She became a Foundation Fellow in my year as president. She reminds me that Foundation Fellows are not necessarily fellows at all. We are less a group of fellows and more of a fellowship of kindred spirits. Heather is an encourager in the highest order. I would receive notes or calls or comments of encouragement from her, and somehow she knew how to offer them at the moment I needed it most. During one particular lunch, Heather said, "I want to make my LA5 membership count. How can I do that?" When presented with the opportunity to join the LA5 Foundation Fellowship, Heather reached for her checkbook without hesitation and said, "Count me in." Having raised money professionally, Heather knows that it is important to make a personal sacrifice before asking others to join a cause. One must be counted first. Heather is a gracious, thoughtful leader, and I'm honored that she now sits at the table of Foundation Fellowship. Thank you, Heather. We are grateful for each of these members and each of these two in particular remind us that some very powerful, quiet voices are among our membership that do great work and encourage us in different ways. And we are grateful for each of them and for each of those that are being recognized now on screen. These have enriched their lives and our lives by giving. I'll remind you that even though a donor is making the gift always comes back and makes the donor and the Rotary experience much, much richer. Thank you for giving.
Don Crocker, I believe we turn the time over to you, please. Don, did you get you're on mute, Don. There you go.
I unmute myself here.
We got you.
Okay. It's an honor for me to have a chance to talk about the Legacy Circle, because the Legacy Circle and gifts that have been given to us by people through their wills, of their trusts, are the very back basis of what we have in the way of our foundation corpus right now. Had it not been for the close family and the charitable and the stock gift that was given to us, that was the basis of our building the terrific, now up to $8 million of foundation corpus that we have that permits us to give $250,000 of scholarships every year. To help us with such things as a Fast Five and all the other great projects we have for our local community, as well as the water projects and types of things we're able to participate internationally. Had it not been for a gift of around several $100,000 during Ben's year, Ben Tennell's year, that at that point, Ben came to me, I was the treasurer, and said, why don't we keep this money for the children's court? Why don't we set up a children's court trust that will focus on that particular need? And I thought that was a terrific idea. And that was the basis, that testamentary gift was the basis of why we're doing this great work with the children's court. So I hope everybody will think about the possibility of leaving a gift in their will or in their testamentary trust to the LA Rotary Foundation. It can be for scholarships. It could be for the Children's Court. It could even be, if it's large, for scholarships in your name. In fact, we have 5 different folks have told me that they are planning to get, that are members of the Legacy Circle, that they're going to give $25,000, which at that point would permit a scholarship to be named after them. All you have to do is tell the office that, give your name, tell them whether or not you want it to be anonymous or want to be listed like you see on the screen, and tell us that you're promising to make a provision in your will or in your living trust to provide for our Rotary Foundation. Because we don't ask you what the amount, we don't ask you to sign anything other than just state that that's what you plan to do. Every one of these people got a painting from me because I was chair of that committee for a while. And if a couple of you want to become Legacy Circle members in Matt's year, I'll give you a painting too. Now, Jared, as you see on the screen, announced an amazing gift, and I painted him a painting of his favorite golf club up in Montecito. But we deeply appreciate everybody to think about what you can do in your estate plan to help in perpetuity. This is in perpetuity because just the interest, just the income is made available for distribution. The rest continues to build and grow and provide for in perpetuity. Plus your name will be in the directory for perpetuity. So please consider a gift in your trust or your will to Rotary. You members of the Legacy Circle, you get a little pin. I'll see if you can find it. How do I show you? I can't figure out where it is. Anyway, and you get a painting at first 2 under Matt's rule. Get a painting from me. Thank you very much for considering that. I'm done.
Thank you, past President Don. Thank you very much. That was awesome. I want to see that collection of paintings as an art show sometime. That would be beautiful. This year, we're adding a sort of extra group of thank yous, and it's definitely come to our attention that there are a number of people who have invested and supported the Myanmar project significantly. I'm sorry that we did not do this before, because J.T. Waring, Michael and Kay Fisher, and Sui Kawaratani have been longtime supporters of this project and have invested significant dollars in making sure that this project succeeds. We are acknowledging it this year because of an extraordinary gift that Herb McGurk made of $25,000 in support of the project. And what we'd like to do is, as we move forward, to acknowledge those gifts, $10,000 and more in support of this project. We just really want to, this is a special project for our club for sure. And JT, your leadership has been astounding. I love that you've developed Herb into the next leader of this effort. And just want to thank everybody who's put support behind this effort. Thank you so much. And now I want to turn it over to past President Dave, who I just want to say, it's been, as the foundation co-chair, I've had the great pleasure of being able to sit in on the foundation deliberations and get to watch Dave lead that process. And I just want to say thank you, Dave, for your leadership, and looking forward to hearing your comments.
Very good. Thank you, John, and thank you to all of you, and thank you all for your gifts and of kindness and time, talent, and treasure for our LA5 Foundation. I just wanted to say that the more that we can tell you and talk with you about what our foundation is and how it works, is something that myself and my fellow board members would like to do for all of you. And we had a very successful foundation fellow donor retreat along with the board, both the club board and our foundation board. And for the next 2 meetings that are coming up, we have a meeting this afternoon, but for the May and June meeting, we'd like to open up our foundation board meeting to all of you. And I wanted to extend an invitation that anybody who would like to attend, I'm going to ask past President Charisse to send out an invite to all of you, that anybody who would like to attend our May and our June foundation board meeting to see how that works. We'd love to have you with that. So again, thank you, John. Thank you. It's a pleasure to work with you and all the committee and everything like that. And again, I see Azim Vashani. I think about your dad. Wonderful man. Thank you for doing that in his memory again. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. We'll see you all later.
All right, over to Paul Ekstrand and past President Ken Chong.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I'm really excited to work with Ken Chong in the upcoming year. I think we're going to have a lot of amazing things to work on through the LA5 Foundation. And I want to encourage you to be a part of it. We're going to get back in person eventually. It's going to feel really good, but your money goes a long way there. So I'm going to let Ken kind of take that over and explain where that money is going to go for us. Thanks, Ken.
Thanks, Paul. And I just want to extend my personal thanks to everyone that's given. I guess this meeting, if anything, has shown you how many spots you could potentially give. It could be very confusing. My one message to those that have not yet participated in giving, dues don't count to that. So just give somewhere at the end of the day. If it's to Rotary International or if it's to the Rotary Club of Los Angeles Foundation. I don't want to speak. I was asked to talk about why it's important to give, but I'd really like to switch it a little bit on why it's just important to participate. The foundation works at the advisement of the club board. It's the board members, it's the committee chairs that are making decisions on where to deploy our money. And the foundation board is really just a vehicle to make that happen. And so, like one thing, I'm just so pleased, like this year, we've got 43 Rotarians that are on the scholarship committee that are going to help decide where that $250,000 is going to go. Every year it's such a great group of students, and when people get to see where the money's going, they feel good about their gift. Just like Herb McGurk, he went to Myanmar, and so it's no surprise to me that when he gets back that he wants to make such a big gift to Myanmar. So my one piece of advice is join a committee if it might be helping on this Urban League project. If it's whatever Paul and the board next year comes up with as far as ways to give, participate in those things, because then you can see. And the reality is, if you give anything less than $5,000, if it's any gift that's going to go to our community service grant fund, 100% of those dollars are getting deployed. There's nothing taken out of that. And even on the larger foundation, we're talking about less than 1%, about 0.75% expense rate for the operations of our foundation. So, you talk about money getting put to work. And so really the thing that I just cannot express enough is that if you are a new member, even if you're a longtime member, get involved in some of these things so you can see where the money goes. And I won't have to convince you to give. You will just do it on your own and you will feel great about it. And again, for all those that have given, thank you so much. And thank you for being a member of LA5.
Well, before we finish today's meeting, which we're going to give you back a little bit of time, you thought we were going to go late today, but at the same time, we've got just another video we want to show you regarding our scholarships. So Melinda, if you want to cue that video, we'll get going. And thank you, Ken and Paul.
Everyone in the club knows that scholarship committee is one of my favorites. And you may not know that our club and our foundation has given millions of dollars in scholarships over the years, since the 90s to now. And this year is going to be the biggest in a long time, at least, $250,000 to the most deserving, highest performing students in LAUSD.
My name is David Castillo.
Hi, my name is Samantha Hernandez.
Hi, my name is Yvonne Tren.
Hi, my name is Tuan Nazari.
Hi, my name is Martin Noyo.
Hi, my name is Steven and I graduated from Laces High School.
My name is McKenna Choney and I'm graduating from Venice High School.
My name is Marsha Cano.
Hi, my name is Omid Rahimdo.
Hello, my name is Mariela Barales.
Hi, my name is Michael Hernandez.
Hello, my name is Rachel Zila.
Hi, my name is Lourdes Zapata.
Hello, my name is Osvaldo Cabarales. I will be graduating from Garfield High School.
Hi, I'm Ava Gilmore.
Hi, my name is Julian Jimenez and I go to James A. Garfield High School.
Hi, my name is Hassan Saleh.
Hey, my name is Tracy Del Castillo.
Hi, my name is Marisol Toro.
My name is Hannah Nicole Fernan.
Hi, my name is Lino Hernandez. I'm graduating from Downtown Magnet High School and I will be attending USC in the fall.
Hi, LA5 Rotary. My name is Ronald Wicks and I'm graduating from Dr. Richard A. Bladovic Harvard Teacher Preparation Academy. And next year I'll be attending Pepperdine University.
And next year I'll be attending Yale University.
Brown University.
I'll be attending University of California, Irvine.
I'll be attending UCI in the fall.
We'll be attending Yale in the fall.
I will be attending Cal State Long Beach to major in opera vocal performance.
I will be attending Wellesley College.
I'm going to be attending UCLA.
And I am attending Yale this fall. UC San Diego.
Columbia University.
USC.
Stanford University.
I'll be attending Stanford University this fall.
I'm going to Caltech.
And Stanford University. And I'm going to be attending McGill University in Montreal next year.
Attending the dual BA program between Columbia University and Sciences Po. Spending 2 years studying in Reims, France, and 2 years in New York City.
I'll be attending Princeton's Great Class of 2024. Go Tigers!
USC.
Everything's been different this year, so we just went for it all completely different.
Thank you. So we got it set up.
Testing.
Can hear you.
You've applied for a scholarship with the LA5 Rotary, and you went through the first screening, great, and now this is an interview. This is an important part of the application process.
See this more as a conversation. We just really want to know about you. What really inspires you?
The result of my hard work is the biggest motivation that I can have, because I see the work that I've been putting in and I'm seeing a difference.
This project is just as important, if not more important, than it's ever been at this moment. The future of our city is not in doubt, but the shape of it, what it will be like, what it will take to go forward is going to take a lot of smart, caring people. And
our students are just the best of the best, hardworking kids who, despite many different challenges and odds, are able to achieve phenomenal grades, demonstrate true commitment to community service, and earn their way into the nation's best universities.
And I continue to be impressed and inspired every year when I read their essays and conduct the interviews. And one of the best things that I think our club does, and I'm really proud to be a part of helping these future leaders go off and get a great college education.
Kids that are in our backyard, in the area that we serve as a community.
Is that I grew up here in LA, always felt that we should give back
to LA as much as we could. And this is really the best thing that I think we do in LA5. I always say that when we get to interview the students, it's the best half day in Rotary. So
every single year being just absolutely inspired by these young students and future leaders of our city. Every single year you hear another story about a student who can't wait to go back to their community and make positive change. And
I have always been impressed by these scholarship students who have a commitment, who make a commitment to, many of them to go away, to be trained, only to commit to come back to make LA a better place. We're going to need lots of those people in the days ahead. So in my mind, this project has never been more important than it is now.
This is money that shows that we believe in them.
Well, you can all relax too, by the way, because the fact that you've gotten this far means that we like you very, very much. So you can all take a deep breath and just know that this is very painless, very, very painless. So congratulations. Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so everyone.
much. Thank you. Oh, this is awesome. So you're all getting $2,500 a year for the next 4 years. So it's a total of $10,000 for your 4 years. So you're gonna make me cry.
Thank you so much. Truly.
Thank you.
Well,
truly.
You were all very, very, very talented, amazing young students and young adults that are going to do this club very proud. So we're all very, very proud of you.
I just want to say thank you so much for the scholarship. It's going to be a big help for me in my education, especially in these times. I wish I could be there to meet everybody, and hopefully I'll be able to one day. And I just want to say that I'm very grateful for the opportunity that you all have given me.
Thank you so much for making my dreams possible. I am forever grateful.
Thank you, LA5. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everything you've done to help make my dreams come true.
Actually giving me a chance to pursue my dream, which is to get a good education.
And I am truly grateful for all your support. I'm really grateful, and to celebrate, we put up the 4 tenets of Rotarian philosophy. So thank you.
Thank you so much for the scholarship.
Thank you, LA Rotary.
Wow, I get to follow that. Holy smokes. Well, I had this amazing conversation with some of the past presidents and our district governor this week about LA5's legacy. And I was told on more than 3 occasions that LA5 is the gold standard for our entire district, that what we do in this club and how we act and how we are perceived is in fact the highest compliment that anybody can have in Rotary, because they said, we look to you and your club for the definition of what Rotary is all about and what it means to be a true Rotarian. And that scholarship program, the vocational scholarships that we also gave to the Urban League, the scholarship emphasis all together is a perfect representation of the greatest part of who we are and the best part of ourselves. So thank you very much. Thank you for all of the donors. So many thanks and recognition have been given out already. So I can only say, hear, hear, bravo. And I echo all those sentiments that have been expressed already. So for and behalf of all of you, I get to say out loud how grateful we are for all of this, and especially for those that helped put this program together, because it's awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, and then all the team that put this together, thank you. And thank you for the highlighted corner from Adam Weiss and Tammy Nguyen and all the work that you do in the El Rodeo to highlight our scholarship students and what they're doing currently with the money that they've been given. It's very special articles that you always do each week. So thank you so much. And with that, Melinda, unless you've got anything else for us today, I will close our meeting. Okay.
Nope. If you got teary-eyed at least twice today, goal achieved.
I did. All right, here is my wife's wooden spoon, and we all wish you well. Thank you so much, Rotarians. We've got our foundation meeting right afterwards. So thank you for being here. Great to have you.